Process team's still good. Dude, why do I always battle Tho on the rotations? Wild.
You got a battle. Oh my goodness. Guys might know this guy's avatar.
Oh gosh. Alright, let's just swap out here.
Okay, great lead. Great lead.
Alright, let's go. Get started already. GG's though.
A few moments later.
Oh, redemption. Redemption, maybe.
Oh, we're battling Tho again? Oh, he knows my team. Oh, he runs the same stuff too.
Oh my god, I can't win this! I don't think I can ever win that. I don't think I can ever win that. Because Ampharos always takes both shields. That's a very good strategy.
I can't wait to see his reaction on this one. That was raging. Hey everyone, today I'll be showcasing my Electric Cup team, and in my opinion, this is one of the best metas we've ever had in Go Battle League. I know a lot of people are thinking monotype Electric sounds like a terrible idea, but overall, I think it's really solid because pretty much a lot of the top tier meta Pokemon have played into each other, which allows for a lot of skill expression, and a lot of the losses can really be attributed to the individual's own errors or getting outplayed by the opponent rather than actually being RPS'd or having just bad alignment. Whether you think the cup is fun or not because of the lack of variety, that's a different story, but in my opinion, this is a very high skill based cup, and I think if you really want to climb an elo, this is one that you definitely want to master. The team I end up running is a Galvantula with a Shadow Ampharos and a Water Gun Lanturn. And I know I said Shadow Ampharos is not the best Pokemon, especially in the open Show 6 format and the tournament formats, but in this specific cup right now, it's really good, especially because it has Trailblaze, and it's going to play much more favorably into Lanturn, and just overall, there's just not really anything that walls it off completely. Before we get into the battles, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you'd like private one-on-one coaching, scrims against me, some of my league guides and strategies ahead of time, or even tune into my live stream battles, feel free to sign up through the Patreon link down below. To start things off, you'll see Lanturn on a lot of teams, if not maybe all the teams, so you definitely need to know how to play around it. So I'm going to showcase two different scenarios. One is going straight for the lunge, or not straight for lunge, but for the lunge bait after you build up to Energy Ball. You should charge attack priority on the Energy Ball, so if they shield, I typically just let it go, and now I'm up a shield. Being up a shield in this cup is actually really solid. The main things you want to watch out for, not just like end up not spending any shields, because that does happen from time to time. They come in with a Minun, and as you can see, the moves on Ampharos do hit pretty hard, especially the Shadow variant. If you don't have the Shadow variant, you probably run the non-Shadow, although I think the Shadow does hit quite hard, and I would definitely prefer it in this situation. We take it out with two Brutal Swings, and then now we go for the Trailblaze. Hard-hitting move, boost your attack, one-shotting the Lanturn, putting us in a really commanding position at this point in time. And then now forcing them to spend their final shield because I'm boosted, and then forcing them to throw energy, which is even better because now they're locked in too. So they throw a wild charge and they're permanently debuffed. And now we come in with the Lanturn. I think I try to go for a catch, and I do. And it ends up being another wild charge. I think they undercharged that a little bit, but the Fury Code damage really added up there, as you can see. And they have another move ready. It's going to be Energy Ball, but I know I survive it. And then we can finish it off with the Surf. So, obviously, baiting out their shield with a lunge was huge for me in that situation. We'll showcase another scenario against Lanturn in the lead. And for this one, I'm going to go straight for the Energy Ball instead and see how it plays out. So, I kind of switch it up from time to time, but there's pros and cons to going either way because sometimes people don't shield. This opponent did end up shielding the Energy Ball, so we're going to match shields because it's not a debuffed Surf. And I think now I'm going for a potential catch. Yeah, and they went for the catch attempt at the same exact time, trying to catch on the Galvantula. So we kind of have a role swap in a sense here. I'm going to farm up as much energy as possible because I don't really want the opposing Lanturn to get too much energy off of me. And they end up shielding in this situation. So I do have energy on my Galvantula, so I think I'm probably just going to come in with it. No, I come in with the Ampharos. I guess I want to absorb the energy If they had like a rock Pokemon in the back, they probably would have swapped to already. So my guess is they don't have a Alolan Graveler or a Alolan Golem in the backside. I could combo play potentially, or just go for the snipe, and I should come in with the lunge. I expected them to try to go for a catch, and they did actually. So they ended up catching on the Luxray. So expecting the combo play, but we end up getting throwing at the Luxray, which worked out perfectly. So I knew they were expecting me to make the combo play, so I kind of went for the lunge, even though I know it's not as super effective as the Energy Ball. Electrode in the lead. Hisuian Electrode. So this is a very tough situation because typically speaking, they swap straight away for a rock Pokemon. And whenever they do this, you have to expect the other rock Pokemon to be in back. So in this situation, it'll be a Alolan Golem somewhere in the back. And because of that, you pretty much just lose into the back line. So what you need to do is actually save the Lanturn. I found the win condition here. So I'm going to throw this serve just to chip down the switch timer a little bit. And then now I swap in Ampharos. Ampharos, again, has so much neutral play. So I'm going to save that Galvantula for the back. And they pretty much have to swap out at that point. Otherwise, the Brutal Swing takes them out. And now they're forced to shield the Brutal Swing as well, which is quite nice. And then we're just trying to whittle this down with the Lanturn. Obviously, we don't have a lot of health, and this is the problem with the double rock in the backline. They just do so much fast move damage. However, because I was able to grab their final shield with my Lanturn, do some chip damage with the water gun, I was actually able to eventually take this out with the Galvantula, and then we can Fury Cutter down. So yeah, definitely a very tough line, and I typically lost to it, but I was able to find a win condition in that situation. So that's how I recommend playing out. Anytime you see an Electrode, or just in general, any instant swap to a rock type Pokemon, because typically speaking, they have another rock in the back. Graveler and Golem leads are a little bit tough because they could just muscle through against the Ampharos and ensure they maintain alignment. So you can see right here, we do get even the Trailblaze off, but there's just not enough damage on this Lanturn to start off. So I'll come in with my own Lanturn. What I really want to do is I want to absorb the Thunderbolt energy on mine because I'm expecting a Hisuian Electrode in the back. And then we get the full water gun down, and now I come in. I know our switch arms are misaligned, so I get some decent value in this situation. And I end up not shielding. I don't really know if that was a better play or not. But we end up getting to a lunge against the Electrode, forcing their final shield. And we unfortunately don't get to another move. So maybe it's better for me to shield so I get another lunge off the Golem. The Graveler. I don't know. But at this point in time, the game's not over yet. So I mess up here. My only win condition is they're going to win charge attack priority with Electrode. I need to throw my serve when they're throwing their wild charge, so that they win charge attack priority on the first one, debuff themselves, and then I get it off before they get the second one. The problem is if they throw their the wild charge before I throw the serve, they can throw the next one back to back because they're going to win charge attack priority in the second one. So it's a really tough win condition for me there. Potentially, I just shield my Galvantula against the Electrode and try to win off of that. But yeah, hard to say. But anyway, Graveler, Golem leads are a little bit tough, but like I said, there's little adjustments that everyone can make to try to win some games in this cup, and myself included. They end up catching a lunge. So this is what I do when I don't win charge attack priority. I could also just swap straight away to Ampharos afterward. But either way, we draw out the Electrode, which is pretty nice. Because that's my biggest threat for my Lanturn. And I expect they have energy on their Galvantula. So it's not the best place to be where I had to tank another move. I'm expecting them to throw a wild charge at my Galvantula. It's going to be a little bit more energy efficient. So I should come in Lanturn. And you can see they just throw blindly into this, which is perfect for me because it was the Energy Ball, would be a different story. And now we're able to get some extra energy off of the Electrode. And they have a Luxray in the back. It looks like the ground type. So definitely someone that's pretty lucky with the typings on the hidden power. We get the Fury Cutter down all the way, and we still get to another lunge against the Galvantula, really coming in clutch. And yeah, we finish off the Electrode. Even if I couldn't get that full lunge off, I should be able to win it with just the Lanturn at that point. Togedemaru, not something you see super often, but is going to resist the entire moveset of the Galvantula. However, at the same time, I'm going to resist the Thunder Shock and the Wild Charge, and Fell Slinger just doesn't do that much damage. They go straight for the Wild Charge and then lands though, so it does a decent amount of damage. I guess I potentially could throw a lunge first, so maybe a slight misplay on my end there. Now they bait me with the Felsinger. I'm going to leave with an Energy Ball ready though. And now they come in with another Felsinger. And they come in with the Galvantula. And this is not too bad of a situation for me because, like I said, Brutal Swing, pretty strong move, able to grab a shield off the Galvantula. Do I let this go? I think I probably let it go. Yeah, because I have so much energy on my Galvantula. Oh, actually looks like they have Cross Poison, so even better for me. Some Galvantula do run it. I personally don't like it, but I do see some utility there. You typically give up the Lanturn matchup a little bit if you're running Cross Poison and Energy Ball. Which I come in here, no shield, no big deal. I know it's not going to be an Energy Ball. And then now, I'm going to make a similar play as last time, where I just stay in, wait for them to throw their move. And now they're closing in on Energy Ball range. I could go for the combo play, and that's exactly what I do. This should come close to knocking it out, if not knocking it out for sure. Yeah, not quite. We get a defense drop, though, and we get a full Fury Code down. So definitely getting a little lucky on the defense drop proc there. And we get a Surf off to finish off Togedemaru. Then they have a low health Galvantula. We're going to go for a little BM, but typically speaking, you want to run throw Surf in this situation. It is neutral, whereas Thunderbolt is resisted. One key important thing to note, speaking of typings, is you definitely want to throw Surf into Hisuian Electrode. It is only single resisted, whereas the Thunderbolt is double resisted. Alright. Shadow Luxray, I don't really mind these leads because they pretty much shield everything. So you usually come away with a shield advantage, and then here again they come in with the Hisuian Electrode, which is really good because even though they threw a Psychic Things at me, they can't Thundershock me down despite the fact I'm debuffed. So that just means that the energy didn't really go anywhere for the Luxray, and they're still forced to throw a Wild Charge. Because of that, I'm going to be in a pretty good spot. I think I probably shield, yeah, because Wild Charge does a decent amount of damage, and it's just really hard to Water Gun this thing down. I just don't want to just like get knocked out with 2 shields remaining. Luxray doesn't have too much energy at this point in time, and looks like they have a Lanturn instead. So I'm going to throw the Energy Ball. Shield Sound's going to do a huge amount of damage coming with my own Lanturn. There's really nothing they can do with this Luxray to take me out. So I'm going to let it go, and even if it's Wild Charge, not super concerned. Yeah, I see it does a lot of damage, but the bulk on Lanturn is really why it's so relevant in this cup, and especially with the neutral damage of Water Gun and Surf against most targets. Not all targets, but most targets. Going to this last matchup, I'm facing one of my patrons, Fubelli, who's running this team. I knew he was because we were talking in one of my patron channels, my Discord. I actually won Charge Attack Priority. So I'm thinking, all right, he's not going to throw right when he gets to move. He's going to try to catch a lunge somewhere. However, we also talked some strategy in my Discord and how I expected people to make the catch, so I personally don't throw. So because of that, he perfectly throws on Charge Attack Priority despite the fact that he knows he loses it, which is a bold move, but definitely something you can implement when you know your opponent. So at this point, I need to make some bold plays myself. End up catching a Brutal Swing on my Lanturn, and it looks like he's probably going to get to a Trailblaze, so I kind of have to sack this Lanturn. Oh, no, we get to it. All right, we finish it off. We have pretty low health at this point in time, but what's up, Cran? You want to sit up? I got you. We get to the Thunderbolts. And does a decent amount of damage, but his Lanturn comes away with a lot of energy. He still has a shield advantage, which is kind of tough. I go for the lunge, baked, because I need to do something at this point in time. We do get it, and then now he is definitely debuffed and a little bit lower on health, so a little bit more manageable. And unfortunately, just could not get the Trailblaze. I needed the Trailblaze to take out this Lanturn. Brutal Swing would have been decent damage, but just not enough, I think. And yeah, so really well played from my patron Bubelli. Really showcasing how to play the mirror matchup. The hardest part about running this team was honestly the queue times, because a lot of people aren't playing Electric Cup. But this is really after the 3000 elo range. I think if you're still climbing for Legend or anything below that, this team is still very viable and you could run into a lot of opponents. Anytime you lose matchups, you could, if you ever screen record, feel free to look back at it and see what you could have done better, because there's usually something you could have done, especially in this cup. Speaking of reviewing battles, I have a Caleb's Critique Corner coming to you all tomorrow, utilizing this exact team. So we're going to critique some of these battles and really see which losses could be flipped from some better gameplay. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like and share, subscribe for future content, hit that notification bell to get alerted right when I post a new video, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye.